I saw ruts and it was just like, you know, got tight, scrolled out in the whoops, almost lost in the hay bales. Yeah, I just didn't know I'd do it. So.
There's just some arm pump going on there, so everybody kind of bunched up. But I think we were all right.
Well, I think Brees took us to Gapplebee's.
Think that Phil would be taking you today?
Phil would be close, yeah. He'd be nipping. He'd be like a little chihuahua. A lot of bark, you know?
So he wouldn't be getting his teeth kicked in, he would just...
Yep, he'd be right there. But if I was on point with my turns, he'd be yelling at me because he can't hit the turns as good.
What if the tables were turned and Phil was out there riding outdoors?
Phil's always a gamer. Like, he's always right there. Kind of, it's annoying.
Because it's annoying?
Yeah.
Why?
Sometimes the guy just wants to have a day where he's just glorified and he's got everyone covered, you know?
I can't wait to hammer you this summer.
Dude, it's going to be wild. Outdoors is going to be wild.
You know how many times I got my teeth kicked in by Germa through the years?
Phil's been
JGR 450 and Germa's still waxing my ass on a Star 250. Those were the days.
I did have him beat, but
I did have him beat.
It might be a different deal now. But dude, you came off probably your best outdoor year you've had.
Changing some tires. They're washing the bikes from last weekend so we can prep them for Triple Crown bikes today at some point. That's about it. Waiting for track walk.
Which is 2 hours from now?
1 hour-ish. I think it's at 10:30, I think. Yeah, about an hour.
Self-funded team going up to OEMs.
Yeah, the true reality of a privateer team trying to compete against the factory teams is a tough deal. They have access to way more parts, way more people. Factories have a lot more resources to change the bike to suit a rider better. They have things that you just can't buy, like transmissions and bearings and offsets and things like that to make the bike work better. And also they just have more money. More money equals more people. So there's more smart people that want to work for the factories because they pay more. So then they're standing around, they're trying to help the rider a little bit more. And really, it just comes down to manpower. It is a tough deal for privateer teams to do it. You love to see them get on the podium. You love to see them win heat races, things like that. I think it's the gap has shrunk from where it was in the 1980s, but it's still really big, and it's a big difference.
Garrett's here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never ran it like that. Flashbacks at Atlanta 22. You have a socket for that 30?
I got a good start, and then I saw ruts, and it was just like, you know, got tight, scrolled out in the whoops, almost lost on the hay bales. Yeah, I just didn't know I'd do it. So, just stagnant, felt like a brick out there.
I should get fired after that.
Is the bike good?
I'm gonna lower the rear.
You're through, let's just make some adjustments.
Yeah, but when you start third like that,
Great
I had a 6 start, and then I ride like a f***ing pussy.
So far, it's been a weird day. No practice, just qualifying.
Yeah, it's been good. Qualifying was all right. The guys were off pace just a little bit, but the track was kind of tricky and there's people everywhere. So just getting a clean lap just took some time and setting it up right. He went well. Garrett, not the best start, but he rode really well, made a bunch of passes. Ended up third. Phil had a really good start, really good few opening laps. And they kind of tightened up and started making some mistakes, and then just kind of honestly fell apart a little bit. But he ended up 6th, so that was okay. And we'll get the bikes ready and go to the main.
Those two Australians coming over there. It's got fans worldwide, so when Adam Cianciarulo met a Latin named Artis.
That's a recap of the E-race, man. I don't know what to tell you.
He used to be mentally maybe not the strongest guy. If he got passed, if he got bumped, one mistake would lead to another with Garrett over the years. I feel like this year he's a little better with that way. He seems to be more mentally composed and stronger this year. He can really ride a motorcycle. He's very talented.
why stop, you know? And I think everyone in our sport's starting to go longer and longer, and guys that have retired earlier want to come back, and I just want to make sure that the tank is empty because like I said, I truly love riding dirt bikes, and I got my first pro license in 2006, and some of these kids weren't even born yet, so it's or they were born that year. So for me, it's a weird mentality, but until I don't truly enjoy it anymore, then I'll know.
I think what makes Phil lovable is it would be like you or I deciding to become a pro supercross racer. We would be scared of the jumps, we wouldn't jump all the jumps, and we'd be honest with our feelings about how fast some of these riders are going, how big the jumps are, how hard it is to race professional supercross. So I think when he says that, it comes across in interviews and on videos and things like that, and it's honestly just like me or anybody else that races supercross, and we feel like he's an everyman. He's the people's champion because we feel like that would be what I would say if I raced supercross. And also too, you know, in our sport there's a lot of egos, there's a lot of money involved, there's a lot of things that these competitors don't want to say about each other, but Phil doesn't really care. And so that's part of it. He's DGAF, and then I think he's just the everyman racing supercross.